Our man Jim Beglin.
Hello Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
Every game feels like a special one in Buenos Aires, even more so perhaps in this neighbourhood of Núñez, famously inhabited by a true heavyweight of South American football, River Plate. So that's got things underway. This is the lineup we've been given. How do you read it, Jim?
Reminders of a golden era in English football, I should add. And it continues to hold its place in the modern game. Playing a second striker runs the risk of being outnumbered in midfield, of course. So with the wider pairing and fullbacks, plenty of running has to be...
He's having a pop! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Thuram clearly felt that distance wasn't an issue, but maybe there were better options for him there.
And here's Hullet. Mbappe! Now that is commitment to the cause.
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Mbappe with the short one. Mbappe! Mirasol are looking to go forward now. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
I'd say Petr Cech. I'm trying to come up with a flaw in his game, and I can't. Dependable and strong.
And the shot! Fantastic from Davids!
Well, this is already looking rather ominous for the opposition. When a player of his calibre can open up the scoring with a brilliantly classy finish, it could be a very long match for that defence to prevent it happening again.
It was the crispest of hits. He just crashed it in.
And I think he's even surprised himself, Peter, in how well he caught that.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. No, that's been intercepted. Gattuso. Aimed beyond the defence. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Mirasol clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Tries to play it through. Oh, he's found support out wide. Ibrahimovic. And he's definitely onside. Maldini. Cannavaro did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. So what can they make of this? Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
He made it look a bit predictable.
That is good alertness. Hullet, great chance! And that's a good finish. A quite incredible spell. They are flying. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack.
And Messi! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Messi clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Now, can they get him away? Ronaldinho. That has been cut short. And it's Michel Platini. Fletcher powering forward here. The message is clear, none shall pass.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Thuram, searching pass he's played there. Well, that pass isn't the best. Now he's off and running. Well, he's hit it long, but astray. We're back in possession and ready to go again. Ronaldinho! Oh, that is beyond special! A worldie and a half! He's got himself an absolute peach. The purest possible contact. What a fabulous strike.
Yeah, you just don't save those, Peter. Too much power on, and the manager's absolutely loving this.
A shift in momentum, perhaps.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now, all of a sudden, it seems the belief is back.
And this is Messi. Gattuso. And here's Mbappe. Knocks it out wide. Maldini has a look up and delivers. Rijkaard clears it away.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And here's Platini. Maldini has it out wide and he's rising! Oh, crossbar! Mirasol are still behind as we reach out for half-time. Nicely weighted ball. And he's lost his man here. Space for him to turn and look. That is ended up in no man's land. And that's going wide left. Cross from Maldini. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Davids. And it's Vieira. And that interception was most necessary. There's the shot! And he's there to belt it away. He's got away with one there. And it's been taken short. And now they can spring out of defence. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Davids has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. Great vision. He's on it. Can he get away? Mbappe stood his ground. Goes for goal! Oh, and that is a thrilling end to the first 45. Well, the scoreline at half-time, a fair reflection of things overall, you'd have to say that. There was certainly no lack of effort or endeavour in the first half. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Well, it's a lead that's by no means convincing. The manager can't go too easy on his players here. I think they need to re-establish that focus and try to lift the purpose again. They'll want a good start to the second half.
So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon. Hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
Mirasol really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Now it's Mbappe. Tries to pass it through. Maldini. And here's Hullet. Thuram. Hullet. And he shoots! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Hullet is offering a wry smile there.
Corner number 3 coming up. And he's taking no chances there. And now a sudden chance to counter. Vieira can see things others simply cannot. Platini. Well, that's a and Hullet! It is a fantastic goal! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy!
convertido en el
And
minuto
there's the goal
54.
they've been looking for.
Número 10.
Oh, that was sharp. Deliciously sharp.
Well, he's absolutely drilled that, Peter. When you hit it like that, the keeper's not going to be able to do much about it.
So the lead now is 2.
They've seen the light, and the opposition have been left in the dark.
Now it's Mbappe. No, he is not giving anything away. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Well timed, excellent interception. Oh, nicely intercepted. Platini. And this is Paulette. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Rijkaard clears. Throw in. So we have movement on both benches. Ronaldinho to come on, a change that had been mooted for a while.
Yeah, he's looking for instructions, probably something along the lines of, go make a nuisance of yourself.
And reclaimed it in a trice.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Luis Suarez! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Puskas. Short changes him with that pass. Mirasol do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. Now it's Neymar. Ronaldinho. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. And he has shown him a yellow card.
Well, you either commit a foul and take one for the team, or just stand by and concede a potential goal. It's not a great choice, Peter, but I think I do the former in that position.
Tries to get it clear.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Bergomi. And played cross-field, changing the point of attack. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. And he is going into that little black book. Well, there's the clearance. Vieira. Platini. Maldini. No, he wasn't going to let him past. Takes on his marker. Looking to play him in. And here's Ronaldinho. It's Neymar! Could have won it there and then. He knows that. Oh, he knows it.
Well, judging by his reaction, he clearly feels he should have made more of it, but he's looking very much like the big threat at the moment.
Neymar plays it short. Cross needs to be good. And now they can spring out of defence. Bullet. And it's Davids. Neymar. Fletcher, who does have an assist to his name. Puskas. Opts for safety. Oh, we expected better, and so did he. Davids. In the end, they found themselves penned in, nowhere to go. And this is Hullet. Puskos. That's really well cleared. And smartly reclaimed. Gattuso. And it's Hullet. Can he get it through? Vieira. Gattuso. Passing is crisp and sharp. Vieira. Knocks it into space.
It was indecision all round. They have to do a bit better than that.
Gattuso produces the perfect tackle there. Well, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. Fourth official showing that there will be 3 minutes of added time. And that is that. Well, that was a frustrating game. They were, at times, cohesive, very capable, but undone by an opponent who simply did a better job. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Well, there was a distinct lack of clarity or commitment in everything the players were trying to do. Looking pretty lethargic.
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Cheers, Peter. It's a privilege to be here. It really is.
Well, you can feel the blue touch paper has been well and truly lit here. Everyone expects in one of the greatest amphitheatres in this part of the world, the Estadio Mas Monumental. Things already rolling. Thuram with the clearance. Maldini. Free-flowing, fluid, flexible, just some of the words that describe the genius that is Ruud Gullit, a player whose impact on the game remains so profound, so relevant today.
Yeah, you could almost say he was the very first all-action, all-athletic number 10. All those marauding runs from deep, going box to box, these weren't the sort of things expected from a playmaker back in his day.
Thuram. Mbappe is firing after that one. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. It's a good run down the right. And that has left him in a heap. And the whistle has gone for a reckless challenge there. Yellow or red? It is red. Well, there is concern on the faces of the players standing around him here. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men.
It looked avoidable and unnecessary, but it makes you think that he was trying to intimidate.
Hay un cambio en el campo de juego. Número 20.
I guess this was unexpected, a change so early in the game.
I don't really think that it's a reflection on his individual performance. I don't think he's been that bad to be taken off, but it seems more of a tactical move now for what lies ahead. Ibrahimovic really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Vieira. Maldini. Can he get on the end of this? Darren Fletcher. Is there any support? He might not need it. Great ball, and he's in here. And the pass is intercepted. Threads one in. That is good alertness. Ronaldinho. And that's a throw-in. Thuram. Pass is just off target. And he's there to retrieve it. Rodri. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped. Well, it's not the best.
Struck first time! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Ronaldinho actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Ronaldinho goes short. And now they can spring out of defence. Now it's Mbappe. Comes under pressure and it's come loose. No, that's been intercepted. Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there. Now it's Mbappe. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Great defending, strong and determined. Knocks it into space. Chance, surely! And it's a goal! And there is your opener. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
You felt it was coming, 1-0.
Well, it's great commitment on show here. They'll be hoping now that they can stay focused and disciplined enough to hold on to this.
Nicely shaped ball. Thuram gets across to intercept that. Oh, good-looking ball. That's been slipped through. He has found the way through. Thuram did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. He's gone for goal! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played. Platini really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Well, that looks a decent ball. That's a sharp pass. Oh, well measured. And that's a simple one for the keeper. Ferdinand cuts it out. We've got 5 minutes till half-time. Platini. Now it's Mbappe. And no, that was never going to make it. And he's managed to get rid. And it's Michel Platini. Tries to pass it through. Mbappe touches it back.
Se van a jugar 2 minutos de compensación.
Tries to play it through. Now it's Mbappe. The cross. And that should get the job done. Good chance here. Oh, that is a fair try. And it's half-time. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. Mirasol trailing by the tightest of margins at half-time.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest. And so the action is resumed.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Oh, there's a probing ball. Oh, they can break here. Now it's Mbappe. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
That's the keeper's ball. No, again there's no way through. Davids. Bergomi cuts out the pass. Platini. Now it's Hullet. Can he get it through? Now it's Platini! And he can thump it away.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
And that is a little undercooked. Platini. Pull it. Now it's Mbappe. He's a sharp little ball here. Shapes to shoot! And no mistake. And there's the goal they've been looking for.
La cantidad de espectadores
So smooth, a signature finish.
What about the pass, Peter? It was played so intelligently and he picked out the perfect target.
So that's 2 now without reply.
Well, that's a real psychological weight off the shoulders, I think. It's a very different game now at 2 up.
Looking for options for movement. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And it's Ronaldinho. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Platini. Gives it back.
They're really getting no time to think on the ball here.
Vieira. And now the breakaway. And here's Mbappe.
Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
That has been slung wide. Platini. Now it's Platini. Mbappe. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Great chance! That's a decent clearance. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Takes a shot! Oh, he's brought him down, and it is a penalty.